beat his ass for y'all
do
talking.
Shit. Wait,
For
I don't
real.
give a fuck.
So I better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was
all that
quiet,
ski
y'all
mask
was,
and
if y'all
all
was
that.
loud.
We got the
whatever
whole hood
fuck you
over there,
talking
Tank.
about.
Like, twisted up. I don't give a fuck
Y'all
about none
can
of that.
do whatever
I don't
y'all
care about
want.
none of
My
that.
mother, he
I
can't
don't care
stop
about no
nothing
hood,
over
no
here.
none of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna f him up.
Chaos has erupted as Gervonta Davis lost it on Lamont Roach on social media. After a whirlwind of uncertainty, the March 1st clash between Davis and Roach Jr. is officially back on. The chaos began on January 5th, when Davis stunned fans by posting on his Instagram story that the much-anticipated bout had been called off. The announcement sparked widespread concern among followers who, despite their initial doubts, had been eagerly anticipating the Baltimore fighter's return to the ring. PBC has delayed the fight twice already, and with Tank announcing that 2025 will mark his retirement from boxing, a cancellation would deal a heavy blow to eager fans. Fortunately, recent online exchanges between the two fighters suggest the event is moving forward. That said, the WBA lightweight champion appears less enthusiastic about engaging in such verbal skirmishes. Tank and Roach have exchanged their fair share of jabs online ahead of the highly anticipated bout. True to form, the WBA super featherweight champion couldn't resist taking a playful swipe at the undefeated 30-0 contender, sharing it on his Instagram story. He posted a selfie of himself with the caption, "I'm now to the gym, man. You be cool like how you be cool," claiming that while Gervonta Davis focuses on worthless stunts online, he will be busy training. Tank did not let it pass as he reposted Reaper's story and wrote, "Laugh now, your son gonna be crying later," issuing a warning that the Washington native will regret talking like this on March 1st. Tank then got a little personal and wrote, "And you better not be over there fucking pretty girl because you know what's the crowd leaves. What's right behind them? The women." Taking a shallow dig at the 29-year-old. As the spat continued, the digs got slightly more irritating and personal as Roach fired back with another selfie and caption reading, "Ya man back at it again, lol, stay focused, champ. I'm working. Worry about them little angels you got, not what boys fucking other boys," and advised Tank to stay focused on his training. With how this online feud is unfolding, both boxers would be wiser to channel their energy into training rather than trading barbs. In fact, Gervonta Davis himself seems to have second thoughts about engaging in this digital dispute, as he later expressed remorse on his ex's account over how things spiraled. Following the back and forth, the Baltimore native made a confession demonstrating profound regret on his ex. He wrote, "I'm a low-key type of guy. This being in public I be killing me, fam." Tank stated that he is really uncomfortable and hardly ever participates in these internet conflicts. The 30-0 boxer further confessed, "I'm not chasing no image at all nor a female, I be Gucci, away from the shit," claiming he does not want any fame. He keeps his yearning at bay and is happy with his life and family. Tank's recent confession echoes his previous retirement announcement, where he admitted to losing his passion for the sport and expressed a desire to focus solely on his family. "After next year, I'm out of it. Yeah, out of this sport. Shit's trash. This shit is trash. Garbage. Fed up. I'm fed up with the whole shit," stated Tank as he announced his retirement. The Baltimore native has cast aside all doubts as he prepares for the upcoming clash at the Barclays Center. With his focus locked on the fight, he was even seen sporting a fresh ponytail style. The escalating online feud only fuels the anticipation for fans. Still, most would prefer Davis to silence the critics where it matters most, in the ring, a place where he's consistently let his fists do the talking. Gervonta Davis has experienced a whirlwind of events over the past few days. It all began with a startling outburst in which he declared his upcoming bout against Lamont Roach Jr. to be cancelled. While opinions on the fight varied, anticipation was high for Tank's return to the ring. Soon after, Davis admitted his dramatic announcement stemmed from a moment of frustration, clarifying that he was, in fact, looking forward to the matchup. Just as fans were processing the news, things took a curious turn when Davis shared a photo debuting a fresh new hairstyle. The Baltimore native's fresh look turned heads, swapping his iconic braids for a sleek ponytail. The photo radiated Davis's rekindled passion for the fight. While some fans embraced the change, others weren't as impressed, making their disapproval known. In one instance, Tank found himself in a heated online exchange with a critic, where tensions flared, and he even threatened to knock the fan out following a contentious comment. An ex-user named Jay claimed that Tank had softened after sharing a screenshot of Gervonta Davis's message on his profile on Monday with the description, "Yay, he sweet." The photo showcased the Baltimore-born fighter relaxing on a couch in his home, sporting a fresh new hairstyle. Meanwhile, an ex-user didn't hold back, throwing shade at the undefeated 30-0 boxer's revamped look, suggesting it made him appear significantly less intimidating than before. The insult did not sit right with Davis as he fired back and wrote, "You know like I know, I will break your face if you would ever say that to me in person," threatening the fan. In addition, Davis added angrily, "Ask Richardson homeboy," alluding to his brief feud with Richardson Hitchens a few months prior. The tension with Hitchens ignited following the Edgar Berlanga vs. Canelo Alvarez bout, where Berlanga unexpectedly called out both Tank and Hitchens during his post-fight comments. This sparked surprise among fans, given Hitchens' long-standing role as Tank's sparring partner in Baltimore. Despite the shared history, the 29-year-old dismissed any notion of personal ties with Hitchens and publicly issued a challenge. The feud, however, lost momentum when Hitchens opted to stay out of the digital squabble. The drama-filled Lamont Roach Gervonta Davis lead-up story continues with this most recent verbal altercation with a supporter. Following his victory over Frank Martin, many anticipated that Tank would square off against either Vasyl Lomachenko or Shakur Stevenson. Instead, the WBA lightweight champion surprised the boxing world by selecting WBA super featherweight Lamont Roach as his next opponent. While initially caught off guard, fans eventually accepted the unexpected choice and began to embrace the matchup.
Okay.
That shit ain't never gonna stop nothing over here.
And he gonna pay for it. I guarantee he pay for it.
I can't.
I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna get you fucked up. Look, fool. Hey, fool. This me and you, fool. This me and you, fool.
Tank.
This me and you, fool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them. They might get you. They gonna trick you out your spot. They gonna trick you out your spot, fool. Don't worry about them.
Come on, stop. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
The fight, however, encountered several setbacks, starting with its original scheduling for December 14th at Houston's Toyota Center. After being delayed twice, PBC eventually moved the event to March 1st at Barclays Center in New York. The most surprising twist, though, came when Davis revealed his frustration with the sport and declared he would retire before 2026. It seemed that Tank was running out of momentum for the sport, a factor that could impact his performance in this match. But in the past few days, things have taken a turn for the better. With a renewed perspective, Davis is determined to make his final year one to remember. Any lingering doubts should now be put to rest. Why? Because Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. are back in familiar territory, the online spats that often precede a big fight. These brief exchanges, though small, are enough to reassure fans who were unsettled by the unexpected message from Tank Davis a while back. "The fight is fucking off." A blunt comment on Tank Davis's Instagram story left little to the imagination. Shortly after, whispers of the postponed match's possible cancellation began to circulate. Maybe the champion was momentarily sidetracked, but once back in the gym, his latest social media posts featured a fresh hairstyle. If that wasn't enough to quell the uncertainty, Davis and Roach Jr. reignited their feud with some fiery exchanges. While catching himself on the camera, Lamont Roach Jr. attached a crying emoji and mentioned, "I'm on my way to the gym, man. You be cool like how you be cool." Dan the Boxing Man shared the screenshots of the Instagram story. Another message followed, brimming with crude insults designed to rattle Roach Jr. and throw him off balance. Maybe Lamont Jr. was letting his focus slip, his mind drifting away from the fight. It seemed inevitable. Without a victory, he'd miss the spotlight and all the post-fight buzz that came with it. This encapsulates the brief back and forth between the two champions, who are scheduled to meet on March 1st at the Barclays Center in New York. As fight night draws closer, the rivalry between these two athletes is set to reach new heights. Meanwhile, debates surrounding the potential outcome of the match are dominating mainstream forums. Lamont Roach Jr., a highly skilled boxer with an impressive amateur track record, had to receive special approval to step up a weight class and arrange this highly anticipated showdown with Gervonta Davis. In November 2023, he claimed his first world championship by overcoming Hector Garcia to seize the super featherweight title. Despite his limited visibility, most doubt that the Reaper from Washington, D.C. can neutralize Tank's lethal power. However, even if victory eludes him, he could still push the Baltimore native to the limit, much like Isaac Cruz and German Miraz did before him. During last year's press conference, Gervonta Davis left the audience stunned by revealing his plan to retire by the end of 2025. Fans are now left eagerly anticipating whether he will step back into the ring for high-profile bouts against fighters like Vasyl Lomachenko, if he remains active, and Shakur Stevenson, before officially calling it quits. Fans may rest for the time being. The highly anticipated Battle of the Year is back on track. Meanwhile, Floyd Scofield's dad claims Gervonta Davis would rather retire than fight his son. The promising young fighter is rapidly climbing the ranks, and on February 22nd, he will make his most significant leap yet, facing off against WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson. Scofield is regarded as one of the brightest rising stars in American boxing, with his impressive 18-0 record capturing the interest of numerous expert analysts. He has sparred a number of elite fighters around his weight, but he hasn't faced anyone nearly as good as Stevenson in the professional ranks. The extensive roster of past sparring partners includes former undisputed lightweight champion Devin Haney, ex-welterweight champion Shawn Porter, and the soon-to-face opponent Stevenson. Although he has fought twice in Davis's camp, the two have never been in the same ring, and they never will, according to Scofield Sr., his father and trainer. Gervonta said, "I would never get in the ring with that guy. And 2 years ago I told the world that when Floyd gets up to that level where he's a mandatory to Gervonta, Gervonta will retire." And that's exactly the same thing that is happening right now, because anybody that has seen Floyd, the only one that has stepped up to the plate is Shakur. Scofield Sr. told TalkSport.com of a comment Davis made behind closed doors. He added, "Everybody else who has seen Floyd ducked him. He buckled Devin Haney in sparring, and Devin ran up 2 weight classes to get away from him. Jojo Diaz made excuses to get away from him. You're all gonna see something. I'm not saying he is the greatest now, but I'm saying through the lessons and experience, he's going to become the greatest boxer of all time." Meanwhile, Tim Bradley believes Gervonta Tank Davis's fresh appearance reflects a shift in attitude, signaling that he's unbothered by others' opinions. Bradley describes Tank's style as real zesty, viewing it as a sign of confidence, suggesting that Tank is now comfortable and secure in his identity. A leaked image of WBA lightweight champion Tank surfaced, showing him lounging on a beanbag chair. His long hair was sleek and straight, likely styled with pomade, and he appeared to have makeup around his eyes. It's uncertain whether it was eyeshadow or mascara. He believes this spells trouble for Gervonta's upcoming opponent, Lamont Roach, as Tank is likely to channel his frustration into their bout. Tim doesn't elaborate on how Gervonta's newfound nonchalance about his appearance might influence his approach toward Roach, especially since he hasn't been speaking ill of him. In fact, if anything, Tank appears grateful for the financial opportunity. Him having that picture leaked and him looking real zesty and not giving a fuck. "I'm trying to tell y'all, my man is on a new level," said Tim Bradley on social media, reacting to the picture leaked of WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Tank Davis, showing off his new hairstyle and dress look. He added, "We on a new level, I'm on a new level. Yes, my dude Tank is on a new level because he knows who he is. There's a power of knowing who you is. Most people don't know who the hell they are. They think they are, but they really don't know who they are. It takes a while to figure out. We're constantly evolving as a human. We're constantly evolving, but now he knows. Tank knows now. That's why he don't give a damn. Having that power and not giving a damn. Tank has that superpower. No photos have surfaced of Tank's updated hairstyle and eyewear since then. It's difficult to determine if the new look represents a shift in Davis's style or was merely a passing mood for the day. However, if we start seeing him consistently sporting that look, we might just agree with Bradley's take that he's evolving. Bradley added, "He just don't give a fuck Tank going to be Tank. Tank is going to do what Tank going to do. Whether he's looking zesty or not, he knows who he is. There's a superpower to that. Guess who he's going to take that out on? He's going to take that out on Lamont Roach. I feel sorry for Roach. He's a good fighter. But I'm telling you, this Tank right here is different. It's a different dude. Did y'all see the weight too? The dude can fight tomorrow. The dude can fight today. The dude can fight whenever." He further added, "It's a few weeks away. It's a few months away from the fight. I'm telling y'all locked in. I can't understand how Tank would treat Roach any differently now than he did when the fight was first agreed upon." Bradley's opinions seem pretty far-fetched. This matchup has always been a mismatch, and it still is. Tank's weight is the genuine concern. He appears to be close to the 135-pound mark now, suggesting he could comfortably drop to 130 or even 126 to challenge the top contenders in those weight classes. Fans are eager to see him face off against Naoya Inoue, and that showdown is definitely a possibility. Gervonta Davis stands as one of the most prominent figures in boxing today, with a reach that stretches well beyond the ropes. Recently, the Baltimore-born fighter seemed to signal interest in collaborating with the high-end custom clothing brand Chrome Hearts, suggesting a potential partnership. After initially calling off the fight, Davis has now resumed training, signaling that the bout is back on track. In the upcoming clash, fans could witness Davis ditch the $100,000 custom chrome hearts shoes and shorts he wore during his fight with Frank Martin, a fashion statement that drew considerable attention to the brand in the boxing world. This might alter, though, if Chrome Hearts disagrees with Davis's one requirement. Earlier today, Davis took to his Instagram story to directly address the brand, writing, "I think it's time for us to come to an agreement, because my influence is crazy right now, fam." The statement implied that if they don't establish a formal collaboration, Davis might cut ties with the luxury brand. Renowned for his flawless fashion sense, the WBA lightweight champion never hesitates to turn heads with daring style choices inside the ring. In 2023, Davis made waves by sporting the coveted Nike SB Dunk High Skunk sneakers. 2 years earlier, during his clash with Isaac Cruz, he honored the late Kobe Bryant with Lakers-themed shorts, emblazoned with the iconic 24-8, complemented by the Mamba-inspired Grinch sneakers. Now, Davis is stirring up social media with his latest bold look, continuing to make a splash with every appearance. Gervonta Davis has taken fans by surprise with a bold new hairstyle just before his highly awaited clash with Lamont Roach. Famous for his trademark short hair, the WBA lightweight world champion shocked followers by debuting a sleek, long ponytail in a recent series of social media posts. The striking transformation stands in stark contrast to his usual look, sending waves of curiosity and excitement through his online fan base.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you,
They gonna celebrate with me. You hear me?
Don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
Pops.
On my kids, he was shaking on this thing. On my kids, he was shaking.
Don't
Never.
say, bro.
That's cap. What I'm about to say?
How you gonna say it's cap? And
It gotta be.
You gonna say it's cap? I'm watching them.
Gotta be. Hey.
Somebody lying.
Good.
Hey.
Yeah, somebody lying.
Hey.
Somebody lying.
Hey. I'm
Okay,
glad my
Tank,
name ain't somebody.
Yet, Oscar De La Hoya believes Roach has what it takes to surprise the critics. The 51-year-old De La Hoya talked about the bout and the challenger's destiny in an interview with Fight Hub TV. He thought he was going to have a difficult battle in the office. He said, "I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is." De La Hoya continued, "Gervonta Davis is a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out." So, how does the Reaper stack up against the relentless knockout power of Davis? What skills does he bring to the ring that could shift the momentum in his favor? The Golden Boy Promotions key figure broke it down as well. The American promoter emphasized that Roach's elusive style could leave you vulnerable at any point during the fight, making him unpredictable. Moreover, the Washington, D.C. native's seamless combinations are particularly dangerous, as they strike before you even have time to react. On the other hand, Davis holds a slight advantage with his undefeated record of 30-0, bringing more experience to the table. Add to that Tank's terrifying knockout ability, and the stakes are even higher. De La Hoya added, "You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations sometimes at will without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky, so that's going to be very interesting. But, you know, obviously, Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any punch you." On the other hand, Shawn Porter is looking forward to a hotly contested matchup between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis. Porter told Fight Hub TV, "The fact that Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is, it goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not. That matters. When you know a guy's rhythm, when you know their speed, when you know what they're thinking, that changes everything." Davis enters his showdown with Roach riding a wave of momentum after his explosive 8th-round knockout victory over Frank Martin in June, marking his 4th straight stoppage win. On the other hand, Roach has put together an impressive streak of 6 wins in a row since his defeat to Jamel Herring in the 2019 WBO 130-pound title fight. In November of the previous year, Roach captured the world title by securing a 12-round split decision victory over Hector Luis Garcia, claiming the WBA junior lightweight crown. He then successfully defended his title in June, overpowering Fergal McCrory by halting the Irish southpaw in the 8th round. Despite Roach's qualifications, Davis is the favorite before the fight because of his strength, but Porter thinks Roach would be strong enough on fight night. He said, "This might be a fight until he gets hit again and again. He's tasted that before. So if he gets hit and he doesn't go away, we've got a fight on our hands. I think it's a good fight. We'll see." He further added, "Like I said, when you've tasted that before and you know what it feels like and what it looks like and all that kind of stuff, it's much different from it being your first time getting hit with that kind of power. Your first time seeing that kind of speed and that kind of the overall makeup of a Tank Davis is surprising to most fighters. It won't be surprising to Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach is a skilled combatant. He is a champion fighter who is technically sound. When it comes to picking opponents for Gervonta Tank Davis in a pay-per-view showdown, fans would rather see someone who has delivered electrifying performances at the top of the sport, or at the very least, a fighter with a magnetic, controversial persona. Davis has undeniably earned his spot as a pay-per-view draw. While I've often questioned whether many of his bouts truly warranted such billing, with most of them seeming unworthy in my eyes, he has solidified his place in the pay-per-view arena over time. What's been missing, however, is the caliber of competition needed to justify those premium prices. Roach is undoubtedly a skilled fighter, but he hasn't quite reached the top tier, and fans don't believe his character has the drive to bridge that gap. While he's found some success at super featherweight, it has come after considerable time and effort. If he had a string of title defenses under his belt, a matchup with Davis would feel more natural. But so far, he's only defended his title once, against Virgil McCrory. Davis has been in similar battles before, like his fight with Hector Luis Garcia, who, after being defeated by Davis, has only suffered a narrow split decision loss to Roach. This is now a familiar pattern in the pay-per-view model. Once a fighter achieves that status, they remain on pay-per-view, no matter the caliber of their opponent. Frank Martin, a former opponent of Davis, is a skilled competitor in his own right, and unlike Roach, he's firmly established at lightweight. He was on track for a showdown with Shakur Stevenson and had delivered strong performances that sparked interest in his potential at the top level. There's no doubt that Davis operates at the highest echelons of the sport, which makes the selective nature of his matchups all the more frustrating. It's worth noting that Roach, who earns high praise from those familiar with him, isn't the largest super featherweight, though he still seems capable of defending his WBA title. On the other hand, Davis is an incredibly powerful lightweight. If Davis stands as the leading star in the division, with Stevenson as his prime rival, fans draw a parallel to how they felt when Stevenson faced Joe Cordina. This fight seems more like one that would be acceptable if Davis-Stevenson were scheduled, only for Stevenson to withdraw due to injury, with this bout serving as a replacement. If we could be certain that Davis-Stevenson would follow, it would make more sense, but it doesn't appear to be in the cards. Davis is undoubtedly the clear favorite here. No disrespect to Roach, but if he pulls off a victory, it would rank as one of the biggest upsets of the year. And when a match has the potential to deliver such a surprise, it doesn't belong on pay-per-view. So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.